Hi guys, I'm super excited for today's video because I teamed up with Gallany Cosmetics to bring you a tutorial using their new Persuade eyeshadow quad. Basically, what their eyeshadow quads are is a set of 4 full-sized high-end eyeshadows. I believe they're only $24, which is an amazing price. Super affordable for the product that you're getting, which is 4 full-sized, like good quality high-end eyeshadows. So I highly recommend you check them out. I will put the link down below in the bio. They have a lot of different color combinations, but the one that I'm using today is really nice because it's neutral, and so many people have been asking me for a neutral eyeshadow look, so this one's for you guys. But anyways, you can do like any look you want with this. You can do a halo eye, a smoky eye. I decided to do a super glam cut crease because I'm extra, but you can do something like super natural if you want to. But I really hope you guys enjoy this tutorial and this video in general. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, let's get right into the tutorial. The first eyeshadow from the quad that I'm using is called Citrus, and it's a really beautiful, like, warm transition color. It's like a perfect peachy brown transition color, and I'm using my Sugarpill large eyeshadow brush to blend this into the crease. I'm also kind of preparing to do a cut crease because I'm not putting any eyeshadow in my outer V area. I'm just blending it into the inner crease region and then sort of trailing it off like that. I'm pretty extra, so I usually trail it off past my eyebrow, but it's really your decision how far you want to go with the blending. Blendy, blendy, blendy. Blendy McBlenderson. The next eyeshadow from the quad that I'm using is called Femme, and it's like a dark reddish brown color. I'm going in with a NYX number 10 brush and using this to kind of map out where my crease is going to be. So I'm starting off in the inner crease area, and just like with the last step, I'm sort of trailing it off. If you go out too far, it's going to be hard to blend it, so I'm not going out super far. So now, since I'm left with a pretty harsh line, I'm going in with a Luxie number 141 mini round brush, adding a tiny bit of shadow to it and using this to blend it out. So with this step, I'm really just trying to make a smooth, like, blend between the transition color and this dark shading color. Now I'm going to be using a completely clean Luxie number 121 mini tapered brush, which is like a tiny little blending brush, and I'm just using this to really blend the two colors together. So like I said, it is clean right now, but if you feel like you need to like help the blending a little bit, you can either go back in with the transition color or go back in with the darker color, either one. And yeah, if your blending needs a little help, you might want to go back and forth in this step with the two colors. But for me, I think it's working pretty well just to use the clean brush to smooth out the transition just a little bit more. So yeah, here I go with the original giant blending brush, and I'm just going back in with the transition color and really making sure the blending is A1 perfect. So now that I've gotten all the eyeshadow in the crease blended out, I'm going in with a large oval concealer brush and a tiny bit of foundation, and I'm using this to cut the crease or like make a sharp edge for the eyeshadow. Now I'm going in with Gold Dust and a Morphe G20 brush, and I'm just applying this to the lid, but I'm also applying it like underneath the crease. So I'm bringing it out like where my winged liner is going to go, kind of. Right up to the line, like right up to the dark eyeshadow line. And just kind of trailing it off. And now, my friends, it's time for winged liner. So take a few deep breaths and get ready because it's going to be a wild ride. As usual, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Waterproof Cream Color and Dose of Colors Angled Liner Brush. I'm starting off by creating a line. Now the line is going to be parallel, I can't talk while I'm making the line, but the line is going to be parallel to like the fling of the crease, if that makes sense. So you see how it's kind of curved and then it shoots that way? So it's going to be parallel to that direction, if that makes sense. You can make your line as long or as short as you want, but you know mine's going to be long. After you make the line, you're going to make another line like this and just connect it like that. See, that wasn't so difficult. Now I'm just going to fill that in as best I can. To straighten up the bottom of the liner, you can always go in with a concealer brush and just run it along there. There we go. I'm also applying gel liner on my tight line and my waterline. If there's anything more stressful than winged liner, it's an inner corner wing. So now I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that. So for my inner corner liner, I'm starting off by extending my lower lash line a little bit into my inner corner area. And now I'm connecting that to my upper lash line liner. I also want my lower lash line to be like super dark and smoky, so I'm also like jamming some gel liner into my, like the roots of my bottom lashes, if that makes sense, and along like the lower lash line. Now that I'm done with my eyeliner, I'm going back in with the NYX brush that I used earlier and Femme eyeshadow, and I'm just applying this to my lower lash line. I'm blending out my lower lash line using the Luxie 141 mini round brush that I also used earlier, and the eyeshadow Suede, which is the only color in the quad that I haven't used yet. It's a transition color almost similar to Citrus, except it's more of a cool toned tan rather than like a warm toned peachy tan, if that makes sense. So I figured it would be cool to have some cool toned on my lower lash line. Also, I wanted to use every single eyeshadow in the palette, so. To finish off the eyeshadow, I'm just highlighting my brow bone, and for this I'm using Ofra Cosmetics Rodeo Drive highlighter. It's similar to the Gold Dust in the quad, but the Gold Dust in the quad is just a little bit too dark to highlight on my skin tone, but if you have like literally any skin that's like even a little bit darker than mine, you can definitely use the gold in the palette to highlight your brow bone. Now that I'm finally done with the eyeshadow, I'm just going to slap on some mascara. This mascara is by Kiss Cosmetics, in case you're wondering. Bruh! Are you kidding me? Bruh. Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you guys, do you just see that right there? Right there. That little dot, that little mascara dot right there. That right there, this is Satan. Right here. Right there. For my falsies, I'm going to be applying these lashes by Too Perfect Lashes, which is a UK brand. There's no label or name on this package, but they're absolutely gorgeous, and I've been dying to use these lashes since the moment I laid eyes on them. I mean, look at that curl. Look at that curl. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Yes, just so everybody knows, because I always get tons of comments asking about this little gold tweezer thingy. This is from ABH Lashes. It's my favorite lash applicator. I like it better than tweezers, better than other lash applicators. It's amazing, and yeah, I highly suggest getting it. To highlight my cheekbones, I'm using the same product that I used to highlight my brow bones, which is Ofra Cosmetics Rodeo Drive highlighter, and to apply it, I'm using Dose of Colors highlighter brush. Once I've added about 10 layers of highlight, I'm going to be contouring using Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I'm using like the tiny little sample that I got from Sephora probably like 3 years ago, but I like using this to contour. Ugh. Oh, I keep hitting my earring. I'm trying to contour here and my hoops are getting in the way. And you have to keep your hoops out of the way while you're contouring. Because I feel naked without it, I'm going in with my Lunatick Cosmetic Labs contour book to deepen up my contour a little bit and add some blush. By the way, my boyfriend stepped on this the other day and broke the mirror. Thankful for him he didn't break the actual product, because I probably would have killed him. Anyways, I'm going in with my Dose of Colors contour brush and one of the darker shades in this palette and just using it to deepen up my contour just a little bit. Using my Morphe R36 brush, I'm going to add a little bit of blush. Before I apply my dark lip mixture, I'm going to be lining my lips using NYX Cosmetics Brown Lipliner. Now that I've lined my lips, I'm going to be filling them in using my little dark lip mixture, which is a mixture of number 6 and 13 in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Palette. I'm using the little like pan palette thing and the brush that came with the palette. For the lighter nude lip option, I'm first going to be lining my lips with Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics Penny Royale Lip Liner. Now that I've lined my lips for a second time, I'm going to be filling them in with my nude lip creation. For this, I mixed together number 11, number 1, and a little bit of the white color from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Palette. Here's the second lip option. This one is definitely more my style, but please let me know which one you like better in the comments. So this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget that I will list all the products that I used down below in the description. I will also have the quad that I used by Gallany Cosmetics linked down below, so you can definitely check them out. They have a bunch of different quad like combinations, but I really particularly like this one because you can use it every day. You can go natural or dramatic. I just really like the color selection, and it's also super affordable and high quality, so I highly recommend you at least check them out. That will be down below in the description, along with all of my other social media channels. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!